Woo! Hello. That's what we do. It just goes.
Sit down.
Aren't you supposed to be behind the camera? That's right. Go. Get behind.
No.
Get behind the camera.
No, he can be wherever he wants. Sorry, our director.
Welcome everybody
To fantasy football, and the director is just looking. Okay.
Oh look, here's the other one. They both want to get in on it. We are back to our regularly scheduled location. Back to our regularly scheduled shenanigans.
Exactly, and we will be continue these videos. Oh, the director's right behind me.
He wants to be part of today's video. So, welcome everybody to week 1 results.
Yes.
Ooh. So we're starting there. Okay, cool.
What?
Well,
We're just jumping right into it. That's fine.
We
That's
could
fine.
start with the funniest segment that
If
we're all going to
Kelsey's-
make.
If Kelsey's hurt, I'm screwed. That's you, mister.
Okay, in a minute. Yes.
You're screwed.
Hey,
Kelsey's hurt.
Hey, listen
Hey.
to your mother for a second.
Okay.
we all know the joke. It's coming. We're going to laugh about it in a little while. So we'll just wait and laugh about it all at the end.
Arthur, what
Cat
are
butt
you
in your
doing?
face.
Yeah, that's a joke too. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's just, go ahead and get into it with week 1 results.
Alright, let's get the scoreboard on and do this now.
Okay. So,
And in English,
Wait,
that
yeah,
was-
yeah, in English.
Okay,
So go ahead.
this just in beat Don't Touch Mahomes Chubb
Mhm.
by a whopping 125.82 to 106.94.
Mhm. This just in. I won.
Yeah.
That's my name this week.
She had a good showing from both Stephon Diggs and Travis Etienne. Both scored 20 points or more. Actually, Stephon Diggs almost scored 30 points. So,
He scored 29.2.
But as we'll see in a minute, it could have been a lot better.
go ahead.
Next.
ABCD beat Gritty Bang Bang with a 108.18 to 100. I mean 81.64. Oh, the director is making
Just concentrate on the tablet.
Okay. And then
He's going to sit down.
Chicago Mama Bear beat If Kelsey's hurt, I'm screwed.
Because Kelsey was hurt and didn't play.
And he is now screwed.
Well, maybe.
You're actually screwed.
Let's read the scores, shall we?
It was 88.7 to 77.94.
Yes.
And if there are if your kids are watching this, they're probably like 77.94 is bigger than 88.7. Well, there's a point for that. Why it is not is because 88 is greater than 77.
And now you know.
Math lessons.
Any kids that are watching this know now.
Mm-hmm. Next.
There's also a 3rd grader doing this.
We know.
Yeah,
We know.
we're aware. Keep reading the
Stinky
scores.
Pits beat To Infinity and Beyond by 129.86 to 120.82.
Huh?
88.
88.
88. I was wrong.
Could you do the difference between those two numbers really quickly?
So, any kids?
No.
Nope.
Just what is
The
it?
difference is that
Oh.
if
It's 8.2.
it's
It's
8.2.
no, it's 8. Never mind. I can't do it either. So
8.9.
8.9. 8.98. Is that right?
okay.
8.98. Just move on, like nothing happened.
Thank you.
INF Krakens lost to Elementary, my dear Wisconsin.
Watson.
Watson, that's Delaney. I gotta say, that's actually a good name.
Good. We didn't have it last week, so it's a new name for us.
And it also, the picture has like a skull with a snake. So
Scary.
I would say I would give that a 10 out of 10 for the design.
All right.
So Elementary Watson had 113.94 to 94.56. 100 is greater than 90.
Math lessons continue.
The more you know.
I know we do have some kids that do watch this, so yeah. The Pollard, is that right?
Pollard.
The Pollard Express beat Elks Factor.
X Factor.
X Factor 122.14 to 120.6.
That was the closest game.
6.
That was actually so close. But there was two parts that Austin was so close
Yes.
to tie Michaela. If he got another 2.8 points, he would have tied her.
Okay. So that leads us to, it's only week 1, but our standings.
Oh,
Our standings are Sam is in first because he has the most points.
Mom's got it. Mom's got it.
Man, I always do this, but you did it now. This is
Sam's in first place because he has the most points. I'm in second. Michaela's in third. Delaney's in fourth. Carson's in fifth. Lindsay's in sixth. All of us had wins this week. Runners up with points. Sue is in 7th. Austin's in 8th. Emily's in 9th. Jameson's in 10th. Rick is in 11th. And Matt is in last.
If Kelsey's heard I'm screwed is in last.
Yes.
Okay.
Kelsey's heard I'm screwed.
Yes, we know you like your daddy and you like your daddy's name. Okay. Yes, you can. Let me show you some really cool new features of our app. Never really.
Keep your hands to yourself.
We've all never really used the trash talk feature of it, but this week
I am still.
Shh.
there's some cool new features. If you go to it, it'll tell you, here's your weekly recap, and it'll show you like the players that have the highest scoring, the top scoring team. It also has the waiver wire report, which can show you not only who was added and dropped on waivers, it'll tell you who you didn't, who people tried to get on waivers and couldn't get because they were claimed. So it's actually a cool new feature to check out, kind of find some more of what's going on behind the scenes in our league. All right, moving on to Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
It's making a comeback.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Yes, coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's making.
This week I kind of included more, I like to talk about coulda, shoulda, woulda is for 20 or more points on your bench. I like to say that. I did include some honorable mentions this week since really we had no idea what players were going to do. You know, they don't play players so much during preseason, really. So week 1 was really just scrimmage. I don't know. It was pretty rough for some teams that need not be mentioned. So I have some honorable mentions for ones that maybe that happens in booms as well that did better than expected.
What are they?
Jen had Brandon Ayuk on her bench, and he had 35.9 points.
What are you doing?
And of course, the thing I wanted isn't on there. Jen had Brandon Ayuk on her bench with 35.9 points. Tyler Algier on her bench with 24.4 points. This is actually a running theme for me. It's on my phone, not on there. There's been multiple times that I have, the first week, had the wrong people on my playing bench. It was, I think it was Sammy Watkins. Like in 2019, he had like 40-something points on my bench. So I don't do so good in week 1, but riding that ship, and I still won. So, I mean, can't really complain. But yeah, so I had 60 points on my bench between Brandon Ayuk and Tyler Algier. Emily had Jacoby Myers on her bench with 29.1 points. And then Delaney had Anthony Richardson on her bench with 20.92 points. So those are the true coulda, shoulda, wouldas. But also Carson had Jordan Addison on his bench with 16.1 and Romeo Dobbs with 18.6. Pretty close, big scorers. Sue had Zay Flowers on her bench with 17.7. And Breece Hall with 18.7. That was her namesake last year. I don't think anybody really saw that. Of all the things that came out of the Jets game on Monday, I don't think Breece Hall running as much as he did was that going to be anybody's top story.
Exactly.
Jameson also had Zay Jones on his bench with 16.5. And not to rub salt in the wound, but the best Bears was Rashawn Johnson with 17.5. It was garbage time, but it was a player on Delaney's bench. So those are coulda, shoulda, wouldas for week 1. There's going to be a lot of shakeups in who's in and who's out in week 2. So
Hopefully we'll have fewer coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and they'll all just be the ones over 20 points.
And hopefully we have our cats eating fewer stuff. Like, they sometimes get into our stuff. Like, what we eat, they get in our stuff. It's annoying.
The more you know.
This is like that commercial where the mom's like, oh, we would like to come watch football with you again sometime. And the kid's like, nuh-uh. You said you didn't ever want to watch football with them. You said you didn't want to go over there. And it's like, that's what I feel like on these videos. Alan just says everything maybe we didn't need to say.
I feel like there's another segment to this show. Maybe
yes.
A couple more.
Booms, busts, and big outs.
Yeah.
So again, since it's week 1, we had some weird booms that I don't think anybody expected. Best quarterback of the week was Tua.
Who's Tua? Is it
Tua Tagovailoa.
It's Ua. That's who. He had 27.14 points. Again, I have an honorable mention here because I have Brock Purdy, because nobody saw the 49ers doing as well as they did in that game. And that actually came on the back of their quarterback. The boom running backs are Austin Eckler with 29.4 and Christian McCaffrey, 28.9, making a comeback. He's, always up there, but never actually fantasy relevant in the past few years. So, honorable mentions, again, are Aaron Jones really showed up and showed out versus the Bears. Sorry. Tyler Algier, again, really showed up for the Falcons. Tony Pollard, Michaela's namesake, again, 22.2 points. Those are all very solid. And Kyron Williams also was another surprise.
Rams.
Rams was another surprise, 17.4.
Can I say something?
Please do.
Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets.
No, he didn't get traded.
But that's a lot.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to big outs, and then there'll be lots of jokes. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill, again, to a connection, had 44.5 points, and Brandon Ayuk had 35.9. I don't think anybody saw those two having the best week. Honorable mention is Calvin Ridley with 27.1. I don't think anybody expected him to do as well in the Jaguars as he's doing. And then, of course, again, the story of the Rams, Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell. Puka Nacua had 24.9 points and Tutu Atwell had 20.9. So those two receivers with Cooper Kupp out, among other things, really putting up some numbers and making a name for themselves. Your best tight end of the week was Hunter Henry with 16.6. And again, the defense that nobody really saw coming as much as it did anyway is the Cowboys defense with 35 fantasy points.
Yes.
There has never been a defense get 35 points. That's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. Way to go, Jameson, for drafting them and playing them.
No.
The Jets and the Cardinals also had great days with 20 points. So those are your booms.
Now time for the bus.
Am I going to be able to talk, or are you going to have a sideshow?
No, you've got no problems talking. It's just...
Okay, let's continue.
So can I get to my bus?
Yes.
Lamar Jackson was a bust. He had 6.6 points. The Ravens did not do so well.
Yeesh.
Joe Burrow was a bust. He had 3.2 fantasy points.
Yeesh.
The Bengals did not do so well. Josh Allen was a bust. He had 9.04 points because he had 1, 2, 3 interceptions and 1 fumble. Not so good.
Yeah, that is not good.
Bust running backs. DeAndre Swift had 1.3 points. And DJ Moore had 4.5.
He's not a running back,
I know.
though.
Sorry, it's the next one. DeAndre Swift had 1.3. DJ Moore had 4.5. But that's not as bad as T. Higgins and Drake London, who each had 0. And we're in our league. Tyler Lockett had 3, and Christian Kirk had 1.9. Not so good. Dallas Goedert, 0. Fulton Schultz had 2.4. So those were the biggest. Those ones were all pretty much people that we played in our league that were busts, that got 0, all of them less than 10, most of them less than 5 points. Which is not good when you are trying to win a fantasy football game.
Yes.
If I unlock that for you, are you going to...
Yes.
We need it.
At least it's not like with the phone where he just shoves it in my face.
Wait, did I? Did I actually?
Big outs.
Time for the big outs.
We've been leading up to it, folks.
Like I said, Aaron Rodgers got traded.
Aaron Rodgers.
He actually...
There's been lots of jokes. There's been lots of... I get it. Why are you going to give me that face when everybody else has been laughing about it, too?
Well, aren't we gonna get something done?
$75 million, 4 plays,
11 minutes.
11 minutes. And
He spent more time carrying the flag than he did
that was
throwing
his
the football.
highlights. He was carrying the flag out.
Aaron Rodgers?
For anybody who doesn't know, he tore his Achilles on the 4th play of the game, and that's a season-ending injury. So he is done for the year.
He's also 39. which
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about Aaron Rodgers?
we are.
Yes.
Yeesh.
Yes.
It's a good thing that none of us drafted him.
I think somebody did and dropped him, as you would. But it doesn't matter. Does not matter. That it's just yeah. It was a lot of buildup for 4 plays.
Yes, it was.
Mhm.
And it was over in a heartbeat. And then it was just like all of the air left MetLife Stadium. And after the drubbing that the Giants took the night before, 40-0, and then the Jets lose their quarterback after 4 plays, I was like, they need to like go and sage and like exercise MetLife Stadium. The Jets did come back and win in overtime, so maybe that helped. Although, you know, again, they're blaming the field for Aaron Rodgers' injury, which same story.
I'm gonna blame that offensive line. He got hit every
Can
single.
I say something? The Eagles tomorrow at...
We are not there yet.
I'm dragging this out, and I don't need to. So, Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. So did J.K. Dobbins. Going into tomorrow, Kenny Gainwell, somebody picked him up. He is out with a rib injury. Going into Sunday's games, Austin Eckler is questionable with an ankle injury. Again. Aaron Jones is questionable with an ankle injury. Again. Travis Kelce, who knows if he's hurt?
Who's
One sec. Cooper Kupp is on an injured reserve as of Saturday, so he is out for at least 4 weeks. Jerry Jeudy is questionable. And for better or for worse, Deontay Johnson is also doubtful.
That's okay. He gave up some
Stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so here was my last joke on the situation. The segment is, Alan says, the Yeet report lasted as long as Aaron Rodgers did in the Jets.
Foreplay.
Last week, Alan was 2 out of 4. He got Delaney and Lindsay right, and he picked all of the rest of the games wrong. You didn't trust your mom.
Oh my goodness, I am not that smart.
So, for Alan says, and this week's matchups.
I thought we were voting.
We did. Everyone
We're-
voted.
yeah, everyone
everyone
voted.
voted. Everyone voted for Alan.
Alan
says the Yeet report is gone.
This
Like
is
Aaron Rodgers' Achilles.
that Alan says is gonna get old soon. And we're gonna
Well, you brainstorm another idea besides the Yeet report, and we'll
Maybe
we'll
we'll
take it into
maybe
consideration.
we'll- yeah.
So stay tuned. There might be a different name. But anyway, what are this week's matchups,
this week's
Alan?
matchups.
Okay, so tomorrow
No. The fantasy football matchups. Fantasy football teams, not the real teams.
Okay.
There we go.
A, B, C, D versus this just in.
Oh, hey,
Yep.
I'm going to interrupt real quick.
What was my this just in this week?
Yeah.
I said it earlier, but I kind of went fast. So this week I did this just in wins. It's simple, but I was, as my husband can attest, I get pretty cranky when I think I'm not doing well. And the start of the season I didn't think was going well for me. And I was like, this sucks. I was cranky and I was grouchy, and then I ended up winning. So we're just going to do this just in wins.
You're not always gonna win, you realize that.
I do. That's why I'm going to use it this week, because I did. And then we'll see what happens going forward. It also could have been this just in Aaron Rodgers. But eventually that joke will get old.
That just took
Well, I
a couple
asked.
of- That just took a couple of
All right,
minutes.
so back to our...
Regularly scheduled programming.
A, B, C, D versus this Justin.
Who's going to win?
No, just
Okay.
open it again, please.
Okay. Don't touch Mahomes Chubb versus if Kelsey's hurt, I'm screwed. Him. Gritty Gritty Bang Bang versus To Infinity and Bijan. Chicago Mama Bear versus Ioneth Krakens. Stinky Pids versus the Pollard Express. Is that right?
Yes.
It can be.
And Elementary My Dear Watson versus X Factor.
All right, let's pick your winners. Carson versus Jen. Who's going to win?
A, B, C, D.
Emily versus
Okay.
Matt. Who's going to win?
Of course it's not. If Kelsey's hurt, I'm screwed.
That's who it's not or it is.
It is not.
So Emily. Okay? Picks against both of his parents.
I would
Just keep going.
I
Rick versus Sue.
I'm going to say Sue on this one.
2 weeks in a row. Lindsay versus Jameson.
Lindsay, because Jameson, I have a feeling, is not going to win.
He has the best defense in our league. Sam versus Michaela.
Sam.
Delaney versus Austin.
Delaney. Okay.
You sound super... Okay. Now we can get to the thing you've been
The
just...
thing you've been wanting to do all along. This week's games of note.
Okay, the Vikings are definitely screwed tomorrow because they're playing
Or
the Eagles.
They're playing them on Thursday.
Go Eagles.
The Vikings are definitely screwed.
I'm going to change my name.
I don't think you wouldn't say that at school.
No.
So I'm going to change my name so we don't have to repeat it ever again.
Well, because the other day when we were trying to get him to write sentences, because he's learning cursive, yay, I wanted him to write, I love the Bears. And he was like, I can't do that. There's more Vikings fans at school. I said, is anybody going to see this other than your teacher? And he said, no. So, would you say that the Vikings are screwed to your friends at school? So, even though we all hope that the Vikings don't win, I'm just gonna.
So that's the Thursday night game.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Saturday night game? Or the Sunday night game?
What's Sunday night?
The Dolphins at the Patriots. It'll be an AFC matchup, and it should be good.
And then, oh, wow.
There's two Monday
night games.
And not only that, they're going to be playing at the same time, so it's not like you could really watch them both.
Aw.
So one's going to be on ESPN and one's going to be on ABC. So I
No.
think one starts at 7 and the other one starts at 8, I believe, or 8.
No, one
Well, it
starts.
says 6:15 and 7:15. So
Excuse
we've got
me.
the Saints versus the Panthers and the Browns versus the Steelers.
So yes, one's going to be on ABC, one's going to be on ESPN.
We have a lot of Sunday night games for some
Or
reason.
Sunday after. Well, there's,
The Bears are
they
playing-
all play on Sunday.
The Bears are playing the Bucks in
At
Tampa
noon.
Bay.
Yeah.
This week, the Falcons are going to try and take out the Packers for you guys in Atlanta.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
We looked okay last week. I was
I
happily
I
surprised.
know they're not gonna do it because they're like one of the.
I found this on the web.
They're one of the worst teams in the league.
You know what?
No, that would be the Bears.
So.
Truth hurts.
What?
Good night, everybody.
Okay. It feels painful to end this video right now.
So much so.
This is painful.
Go turn off the camera.
I need my bucket.
You're going to hit the camera.
I don't mind.
I do. It's my phone.
Bye-bye. I want to continue showing this. It's so bye. Okay.